Hello, Noah here, and welcome to part 34 of my Contempt of Court Let's Play. Last time, we broke James Trent's psyche locks and the Chief's psyche locks, and we learned that James Trent lost his wife to the boogeyman. That sentence sounds crazy out of context. And the Chief played a role in covering up Crump's murder because they wanted, well, specifically Hemlock wanted to use the knife that killed Titus Crump to reuse that knife because Vulper had his prints on it, to reuse it for the Doc's murder, to frame Vulper for the Doc's murder. So, yeah. Let's try it. This is a bizarre twist on things. Usually I'm proving the secret bearer is guilty. Yet that's the opposite of what I'm doing now. And to Vulper of all people. Vulper, there's no denying that you've done some horrible things that have earned you your fate. But I believe you've been set up for execution. Push! I was not! You said yourself how awesome I am. Awesome enough to land me in that luxury massage chair! No, you were on a life sentence until your double murder accusations elevated it to the death penalty. And what's more, I have proof you were being set up. What? No! Ah! And how was that not it? How was that not it? I don't know how that was not it. That was the order. To frame him. Maybe it's the knife. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Let me save this time so I can skip through the text if I need to. Maybe it's the knife this time? Yes, it is. Okay. Does this knife look at all familiar? It should, because this is the one you used to kill Titus Crump with. That knife. But that's just plain stupid. So you admit it? That you used this very same knife? I thought it was... I thought it had... I get it. You're wondering why I didn't present this knife during your trial. Because I didn't even know this existed until recently after a chat with Chief Foida. He was being threatened into withdrawing this interesting find from the investigation. See? Your prints are all over it. They were perfectly preserved on the handle. For the sole purpose of framing you for Dox's murder. And by whose order, you ask? Who else but the mysterious Mr. Hemlock? I knew it! It's true. Crump. You stabbed him as part of your plan to pose as him and create a witness when there was none. Create a witness? I could have done that with just about anybody, righty boy. No. Crump was specially selected. A finely crafted vintage scapegoat. I knew Crump was one of those involved with DD2. I was there, you know. After my initial release from prison, I took up the biggest Easter egg hunt of all. Began tracking down those from DT2 in hopes of finding the one who had the enigmium. I owed Red White half of the fortune to clear my debts. Which led me to Neville. Haven't heard that name in a while. I snuck in and found Old Man Crumb asleep in his living room. Easy, I thought. Forgetting about the knife for a second, I took out a baseball bat. But it didn't work. The guy shot up from his chair and tried to tackle me. That's when I remembered I had a friggin' knife. 3 times, dude! You could have just burgled the place and slipped out. You didn't have to kill the poor man. But I did, righty boy, so I could put my secondary plan into action. The impersonation of Crump. After discovering a secret room, I went about creating a latex mask based on the body. I set up a meeting with Grossberg on the bridge too, so I made that Vinny Boy mask as well. And hey, secret room, hiding evidence quickly. Boom. Am I right? Not so secret after all, since it was later found by the police when you tried to flee. Alright, so I'm not perfect. Let me come to terms with it in my own time. But yeah, remember when I hauled ass back to the mansion to drag the real Crump's body out? Well, the police weren't as far behind me as I thought. Police, we have you surrounded. I was careless. I tore the mask and tried to hide it, then I escaped out the back. But there was one stinking thing I forgot about. Would that be the knife you used to kill Crump? The whole trial, when you had me up on the stand, I was just waiting for that knife. All you had to do was present a knife with Crump's blood and my grubby mitts all over it, and I'd have been done for. But you didn't. Don't look at me. The court had virtually no record of this knife being where you say you left it. And it turns out it was actually covered up by the chief of police on Hemlock's orders. I believe his goal was to later use a weapon covered in your prints to pin Dox's murder on you. And taking into account your track record, who's going to rule you out as the prime suspect? He's a clever one, the boogeyman. A lock broke on its own? I guess the whole Crump plot was just another thing he was guarding close to his chest. You really believe that, huh? Let me ask you, Righty Boy. Why would he bother me? Why would an international serial killer pick me as a target? Well, for one, it appears you know a great deal than you claim. The stuff we talked about yesterday, it actually happened, you know. And besides, you seem to know all about him being a serial killer with a global reach. One might say you know him a little too well for someone in your position. What position? Standing up like I am now? No, back when you were a prosecutor. Look, he had no reason to go after me. What would your average perfect prosecutor have in common with some garrote happy lunatic? Oh, so now you know Hemlock's killing methods. Ugh! You know a lot about Hemlock and he knows a lot about you, and it's all because of this. The order card? Save here. How do I get out of that? There we go. Mail? The culprit is Maya. No, I'm just kidding. Shit! No, that's not what I meant to do. I think it's the card. Oh, phew! And here I was thinking you'd found something to prove me innocent. See you, Righty Boy. I'm as rotten as they come, and you know it. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend you're a saint, but you know you didn't really kill. Oh, yes, I did. I don't think you did. No, you did. But you did. Gah, fine, I'll cut my losses for now. That was hilarious. That was worth it. That was definitely worth it. That was hilarious. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, I'm still laughing about it. I need to stop laughing. Oh my god. Oh, god damn it. Why am I still laughing? Okay. I've calmed down now. I'm fine. I've relaxed. Is it because of the puppet? No. Oh, wait, no, I know what it is. It's because Hemlock is in the... No, it's not. Never mind. Is it this? No. Is it this? No. God damn. I'm really struggling right now. Is it the program? Damn it. Okay, you know what? I've tried a few things. I'm gonna look at the guide. Oh, okay, so it is the enigmium. I guess I can see why, but the way the question was worded just kind of confused me, I guess. One very precious commodity. That's what connects you two. A certain rare valuable that would command mind-blowing prices on the black market alone. That's right, the enigmium. Ugh! You weren't the only one on an Easter egg for it, were you? You see, Hemlock was also seeking out the enigmium as one of his primary goals. You stood in his way, and so he went about removing you from the competition. He did that by preserving a Vulper-printed weapon and later using it to kill Docs. And as for Maplethorpe, the killing matches his M.O. From the start, this whole mess has been a complex revenge plot largely aimed at you. No! Okay, ready, boy. The prank's over now. Look at me laughing. Ha 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 ha! Look at me, man. I'm on death goddamn row. You got me this far. Just let me die already. No, not while there's doubt about your hand in the Docs and Maplethorpe murders. It's true that I'm responsible for you being here, but that's what I'm trying to undo. I'm sure the court and I have made a mistake. No. I mean, why do you want me to live? I'm gonna die either way, you know. Either the massage chair gets me or the boogeyman does. Don't you get that? And why exactly would Hemlock even bother with you? Brisbane was the one with the enigmium after DT2, not you. In fact, you were in prison for the murder of your stepbrother Jack Crane at the time. I don't know, do I? The damn thing was Jack's to begin with, so why didn't Hemlock look into him, huh? And where would your stepbrother have gotten hold of an object worth so much? Did he ever tell you? Or did you already know? Ugh! I suspected as much. The enigmium came from a very private source, I would think. This one. What? The smuggling ring? The Cadopian smuggling ring, to be precise? No. No. Just stop clicking on that. This? No. Boogeyman? No. Well, that doesn't make any sense. If the boogeyman had it, you wouldn't have... Yeah. What the fuck? What could it be? No, seriously, what could it be? Hemlock? No. God damn it, I'm tired of using the goddamn guide. But, like, I don't get it. I don't get it. What the fuck could it be? Private source? Where? I'm sorry I'm getting frustrated. But what the fuck is it? Maybe I need air conditioners. I keep getting irrationally angry at this game. I'm using the guide again. Okay, so I have to present this. And... Oh. God damn it, I'm so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. The Cadopian smuggling ring. They were the original owners of the enigmium. A fragment of possibly the rarest metal on the planet came into your hands while working with them. Am I right? And please, just try and lie to me. Ugh. So the enigmium was contraband being held by the Cadopian smuggling ring. And its new leader, Hemlock, had sought to reclaim it for himself. That stupid brother of mine. If he hadn't blabbed about the damn thing, we'd be set for life. No, you would have been set for life. Your greed got the better of you, and you killed him so you alone could have it. He was gonna split the fortune with Brisbane, you dolt! He pushed me out of the picture. Me, his own brother. That still doesn't explain why Jack even had the enigmium in the first place. But I have a theory, if you wouldn't mind indulging me. This is how I think Jack obtained the enigmium. Well, I'm just going to try all three. I'm going to say he was a member too. You were both members of the smuggling ring, am I right? My guess is some sort of task was assigned to you two to have the enigmium transferred. And once you found out what exactly it was that you were dealing with, you both went rogue. You set sail and pocketed the enigmium for yourselves. Jack, your own brother, was killed by your hand, and your prison escape was kept on the hush-hush thanks to your affiliation with Red White. As long as you did what he asked, he wouldn't rat out your secrets in your location to Hemlock. Because you owed a tidy cut of the profits to Mr. White. You wouldn't share with Jack. And that's what this whole thing has been about all along, hasn't it? Hemlock has been hunting you down because you stood between him and the enigmium. You and Jack were the thorns in his side, and now he's extracted you both. And these murders, Perry Docks and Cedric Maplethorpe, they were set up to get rid of you. They've been pinned on you to remove you from the competition permanently. I didn't ask for any of this, Jack! Holy shit. I'm so sorry, guys. It's 1:50 in the morning. I should be doing my English homework right now. I'm sorry. I've been so stupid. I should have been more perceptive. I really apologize. God damn it. Whoa, no. Are you okay? Volper? Jack. What have you done? Grossberg. Crump. Damn it, what is wrong with me? Hold on, are you saying that your brother was the first to join the smuggling ring? I noticed for a while that he was acting weird. I stumbled upon something one day I wasn't supposed to see, and he admitted that he was in with a smuggling ring. Then he forced me into it, said I'd seen too much, said he was protecting me, forced me to help him with contraband dealings, said he needed the help anyway. Didn't stop there. He put me in touch with the forger to help me with my trials. Had no choice. He called me an ungrateful bastard when I said I wouldn't cheat and ruin my career. Threatened to rat me out if I didn't play ball. What else could I have done? My temper was my best friend throughout the whole ordeal. I couldn't have coped otherwise. And I didn't realize it until now. But it grew to a point that I started using it to justify my actions. I tried to abandon my old ways so that I didn't feel as bad doing these things. Then we get this really big deal that Jack said would set us both up for life. Looked like a rock or something, but he knew that it was something that would sell for billions. He told me his plans the night before, that he was going to cut ties with the ring and flee. We were both to take a cut of the earnings and live in secret for the rest of our lives. Come on, Vexy boy, you wanted out, didn't you? He said. How could I say no? Oh yeah, it seemed like a great idea to piss off an organized crime ring, didn't it, Jack? I tried to get out of the deal, but the cheeky bastard went behind my back and revealed that he ratted out my evidence forgeries to a certain gatherer of information. Said that guy was blackmailing me, and if I didn't want worse, I'd help him pull everything off. I'm telling you, I was close to a full-on meltdown at the time. So what did you do? What was the plan? We were meant to transport the enigmium to another contact halfway across the country, but Jack took a detour up into the mountains, where we were meant to stay for the rest of our lives. He changed his surname and joined the law academy where he met his next big sucker. After all the crap he put me through and he was gonna cut me out of the deal, something changed in me. I was pissed up until that point, but now it felt different. Jack saw the change himself and ran away to Neville to try and lose me. I think we know the rest. And let me guess, Hemlock found out, didn't he? He was listening in the whole time. That's how he found out. He's had it in for you for years. And his rise to power finally gave him the means to execute his plan to get rid of you. I knew all along that he was setting me up. Docks and Maplethorpe, he didn't kill them just to get back at me. I was just an added bonus. Before his murder, me and Cedric, we got chatting. After learning his connections, he told me how he suspected to be bumped off any day soon. Told me how he nearly exposed Accomplice in the process of the investigation and trial. That was more than enough reason to rub Hemlock the wrong way. If you even slightly go against what he has planned, you've done messed up. And what about Perry Docks? Clive Warren, the investigator checking out Accomplice. You already know the bit where I get taken for interrogation after waking up to Cedric's corpse. So I'm sat there, right, with 2 detectives yelling in my face while I'm still trying to rub the sleep out of my eyes. Then everything just goes black. And that's it. I wake up with this scar on my temple. Next thing I know, one officer is dead on the table in front of me, and more officers run in to recapture me for that murder as well. That's when it hit me. Hemlock. And Detective Snow's poison pot coffee cup? I didn't do that either. That one's a complete mystery to even me, honestly. His psyche locks have broken, meaning he's been telling the truth the whole way through. It's so hard to imagine a time when Vulper was an average Joe. Do we really have his brother Jack to blame for corrupting him so badly? Vulper is such a good, layered character. I sympathize with him, but I also hate him. That's a good fucking antagonist. Oh my god. I love this character. You know, out of all the things in this game so far, this fan game, the contradictions and the logic have been very wonky at times, and I struggle to understand it a lot. But what it gets right is character. Whoever the writer is, I don't know who wrote this game, but whoever wrote this game understands character and how to write good characters. And this writer has also been able to write like every single mainline character that's already been established before correctly. Like, Phoenix is written very well. Miles is written very well. Who else? The Judge. The Judge is just as hilarious and stupid as he is in the official games. This fan game understands character. I'm going to mention that in my game review when I finish this game. This doesn't much change my opinion on the guy, but he himself has now said he's innocent. I have my own fish to fry now in defending Detective Smith and exposing Hemlock. But I'll bring these facts up in court tomorrow and see what I can do. I'm not condoning your actions, nor am I appealing for your release from prison. I'm simply aiming to acquit you of your wrongful accusations and prevent your execution. I don't feel I deserve even that after what I've done. All the same, you've taken the fall for something you didn't do. I'm obliged to bring the true perpetrator to justice. Huh, how ironic. What's ironic? All that crying about how the boogeyman's gonna get me because he's listening to everything we say. And I go and spill everything. Ironic how I frankly don't give a monkey's uncle about it now. Personally, I don't care which way it goes from here on out. I deserve either punishment. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Vulper, thank you for telling me your side of the story. Huh? You've been a big help in confirming my suspicions and moving my own case forward. This might be the last time we see each other, right? It's been... well, you can't say it's been boring, can you? Hell no! It's been very entertaining. I guess not. Goodbye, Vulper. Make sure you nail this guy. Do it for every single life he's made a misery out of. Just... don't do it for mine. I love you, man! That's gay. I can't say that. Not that I can't say that. I shouldn't say that. Get out of my way. Surely I have the right to refuse. Sir, please sit down or I'll have to use force. But I don't want... Is that Detective Smith? What's he up to? You have a visitor, Mr. Smith. Oh, damn it. Look, Phoenix, just do all of us a favor and leave me alone. See, God, he doesn't want to be here either. Renwick, here's what's going to happen. You're going to sit right there and answer the questions I have for you. No more avoidance, no more games. You're going to tell me everything. God. Look, I don't know anything. Will you just let up already? Stop it, Renwick. I've had enough of all the secrecy. I promise to defend you and reveal Hemlock as the true culprit. But what if he's not? What if your man is talking to you right now? You may be hiding too much for your own good, but I don't believe you're behind it. I think Hemlock is the one bullying you and others into silence. Why would he bother me? I'm just one guy out of tens of detectives. Do you know what this is, Renwick? A piece of green rock? Are you serious? No, it's not a rock. I can see why you would think it is, though. Seeing as how you did steal it from me after all. Steal? Me? You're right about the chief being in possession of it, at least. He returned it to me yesterday and said you were the one who took it from me in the first place. And swapped it out for this fake painted rock. Do you know why this jewel is so important to me, Renwick? Are you somehow familiar with its power? Why I keep it on me at all times? I don't know anything, I swear. I just... No psyche locks. And this is the real Magatama this time. Could it actually be true that he doesn't know of its lie detecting powers? Then why go to all the trouble? Fine, I believe you, but I want the lies to stop from now on. Agreed? Agreed. Good. No more lies, right? Then tell me everything. Define everything. I want you to tell me right now what's going on here. Hemlock, wherever he is, has been keeping a tight lid on the facts of this case. Vex Volper, Chief Foida, they all had something to hide. Their connections to Hemlock. I've deconstructed their lies and uncovered their sides of the overall story. And guess what? Now it's your turn. I don't think you understand what you're... No, I don't, and frankly, I don't care. Hemlock's threats don't scare me. After making it this far into the case, I've gone back on a few opinions I used to have. I believe you're heavily involved in this whole mess somehow, maybe more than anybody. The question dodging, the convenient excuses to slip away, they end here. There's nowhere for you to run now, Renwick. Finally, I get to see the psyche locks I know have been there from the start. I'm sure that Detective Smith knows more about Hemlock than anyone. If my suspicions are right, then he knows his identity as well. I need to deconstruct this bizarre spider webs of a mystery lock by lock. I'm finally about to get the answers I've been wanting all along. Alright, spill the beans, bro. Time to spill the beans. Your connection to Hemlock must go way back if you know what he's capable of. What are you suggesting? Nothing yet. Bit of an overreaction for someone with nothing to hide. Fine then. I'll sit here and keep my mouth shut, huh? There must have been a certain point that Detective Smith's mess all started. Alright then, let's change the subject, somewhat. What about the DT2 aftermath? Your first investigation? What about it? There's more to that case than you explicitly tried to hide from me. What happened during your investigation? It was my job to examine the courtroom of what tried to kill Brisbane. And nothing else, I suppose? No. That's funny, because I know something else happened in the courthouse that day. Hold on. Gonna save. Always gotta save. Yeah. While it may have been true that you were to simply examine what happened in the courtroom, you became ensnared, the ensnared turnabout, in something rather unexpected. You were in the court's library when you stumbled upon a corpse stashed behind the bookcase, which is where you and Interpol investigator James Trent crossed paths. You came across his case. You unwittingly found Hemlock's latest victim, and that's how you got caught in his web. And yet, there must be more. I can't imagine finding his victim alone would put you in his firing lines. Especially seeing as how Trent and his partner were the ones actively pursuing him. How are you so sure? I imagine a mobster wouldn't need a solid reason to do whatever it is they do. However you look at it, there was one very serious reason he decided to come after you. Look, I didn't go after anyone and no one came after me. Hemlock's sights were set on you after the DT2 trial, and I can make a solid guess. The body in the court library wasn't the only thing you found, was it? You found... the card, maybe? No. You found the enigmium? Tell me, in your investigation, did you happen to touch a King of Hearts playing card at all? So what? That doesn't prove a thing. You did, didn't you? And you know exactly why it proves you were a target. The victims of DT2, Jack Crane disguised his enigmium charm as a playing card. And where would somebody like him get such a thing? Answer me that, smartass. The Cadopian smuggling ring. Jack and his brother Vulper were both members. They went rogue and ran for the hills with it. The conflict over ownership of it was the straw that broke the camel's back. Or Crane in this case. Damn! Can I fit into this deeply touching story, how? Need I remind you that Hemlock is the new self-proclaimed leader of what's left of the ring? He was a member back then, an ambitious member who sought the enigmium for himself. God, I just had to open my big fat math again, didn't I? And upon realizing that you took it from the courtroom, he's tracked you down and set about making your life a living hell. Okay, well the truth is that I didn't know it was enigmium until Detective Snow told me. I went to see Brisbane in the hospital and the guy, he was seeing so much red mist he wouldn't cooperate. So you collected the enigmium from the courthouse to give to Brisbane? You were trying to switch targets with him? What? No! I didn't know a damn thing about Hemlock back then. It was rightfully Brisbane, so I brought it to him. What's so bad about that? Well, on top of tampering with the crime scene, you unknowingly set yourselves up as Hemlock's next targets. And yet, you and Brisbane are still alive and well. Don't think you could say the same for Brisbane right now. He's alive, sure, but he ain't doing too good. I guess Hemlock finally found his opportunity and took his revenge out on Brisbane. He's got the enigmium, Renwick. Do you realize that? Yes, I damn well do know! Absolutely goddamn typical. I try and protect the guy and he gets found anyway. Protect? You were protecting Brisbane all these years? I'm not saying anymore. Hemlock must have been none the wiser that Detective Smith passed on the enigmium to his friend. While that would explain why it took 5 years for Hemlock to find out, it opens up the question of what's been happening with Detective Smith all this time. Why did Hemlock choose to keep him alive? What? He had an accomplice. The boogeyman's legacy wasn't just Hemlock's alone. Assassinating well-protected ring members all over the world is a hefty task for one man. Hemlock simply didn't have the manpower he needed at the time in his quest to get it. He must have received help. In other words, he had an accomplice at his side. Renwick, please tell me I'm wrong. Say his name. Who was it, Phoenix? The one who covered Hemlock's tracks wherever he went. The one who was forced to watch every single one of his assassinations. The one who aided him in his plans to become ringleader and get the enigmium. The one who plotted with him to murder my best friend. And make sure you say it out loud so he can hear you. Who was Hemlock's accomplice? Cedric Maplethorpe! No, I'm just kidding. Oh. You look really serious all of a sudden, Renwick. How could I have let things come to this? If I'd had known from the start that he was in this deep, this case, it's as good as over. Renwick Smith. Oh, no! 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 No, no, no! No! If Renwick is the accomplice, then there's only one guy left it could be. Please. Please let it be someone else. Anyone else. Please let it be fucking Grayson. It can't be Snow. Please. Well, damn. We're in for it now. But with everything I had to hide, I've got nothing to lose by this point. So it's true. Hemlock kept you alive just so that you could be his personal assistant. You helped him achieve the power he has today. And you You didn't even try to stop him? I couldn't. Please, Renwick, tell me everything you can about you and Hemlock. Fine, I will, but once I do, you'll regret ever taking my case. Very well. Where to begin? What have you been doing for the past 5 years? Does it explain why all your records from the same time span have mysteriously disappeared? Well, duh. Bit of a casual response for someone in your position. Don't know if you've noticed, oh great master of empathy, but I'm past the point of caring. My defense is in tatters and now Hemlock knows I'm breaking my vow of silence. Yep, we're goners. Remember that case from way back when, my first investigation 5 years ago? Well, it was only a taster case, with Snow to guide me— wait. It was only with Snow to guide me through a process of investigation. Everything was more or less cut and dry. Brisbane nearly died, Vulpa nearly killed him. Hey presto, that was it. Go home now, Renwick. You did good today, kid. Sounds like it went very smoothly. Then what happened? I was different back then. My social anxiety didn't make me the most popular guy at the precinct, let's just say that. Because of all that, I just didn't give a crap about anybody. Let him talk. I'll just keep looking after number one, until I visited him. Him? Rob Brisbane, of course. Guy just had his eye gouged out and he was in a hospital bed. I genuinely felt heartbroken for the guy, and that was saying something about me back then. And that's how you became friends, I take it? Weird, huh? Maybe he was just as misunderstood as I was. We both had a real us buried deep down inside, hidden beneath a mask of anxiety. Well, anyway, you already know about what I did to get a big bullseye painted over on my forehead. Hemlock thought you still had the enigmium when you'd passed it on to Brisbane. But he didn't kill you. Did he try to get you to talk instead? Oh, he tried. Of course, this was over the phone, and I had no idea he actually knew where I lived. 10 minutes after he hung up, the door knocks. The guy swaggers in and reveals he works for an undisclosed organization. He tells me the enigmium for my case is his, and he knows I had it last. He somehow didn't know that you didn't have it anymore. Oh, we caught on to that. He just needed me to spill what I'd done with it. If this guy is as dangerous as everyone is saying, why didn't you tell him? And put Brisbane's life in danger too? The poor guy's in hospital with an eye missing, Phoenix. He was a sitting duck in there. Thank God for the security around him right now. I guess things have come full circle now, in hospital with an eye missing. So anyway, Hemlock had plans to take the ringleader's cushy spot from the smuggling ring. To get close to the big bad, he had a lot of killing to do. And since his targets were the 7 members above him on the organization ladder, he had to make sure he covered his tracks perfectly, like he wasn't even there. And that's where you came in, I take it. I'm just glad he didn't try to make me kill anyone for him. All I did was aid him in destroying evidence and cleaning up the crime scenes. Because if anything got back to the ringleader, the Hemlock was eliminating his lackeys. So you've been traveling the world together for 5 years, helping Hemlock become leader. And so the legend of the Boogeyman was born. The phantom serial killer who never left a trail, a witness, a presence, nothing. Except the Boogeyman was actually the both of us. Him, the mastermind, me, the— I don't know. Who exactly is this guy? Why does everybody flinch at the very name? Hemlock is a man who wishes for the impossible, and can actually make it happen. He has ambition personified, and not the good kind. Chief Fordas said he has an obsession with keeping everything going his way. But seriously, how much could he actually control? How far could he actually go? Every impossibility and cold hard fact of life, he sees them all as challenges. Once he gets the idea, any idea, he'll put everything on hold until he makes it a reality. And with a mind as unpredictable as his, there's no telling what he'll try next. And frankly, I'm afraid to say anything at this point might give him any ideas. But his favorite talent is by far his creepiest. Talent? What sort of talent? Voice mimicry. He has a freakish talent for impersonations. That's why he was even considered to join the ring. He was making a living as a con artist until the ring snapped him up. Before his aspirations to topple the king, he worked as the ring's most valued impersonator. It started off as strictly over-the-phone deals, but lately he's been showing an interest in disguise, too. As if his physical disguise is ever good as his vocal disguises, he'd never get caught. He would practically become other people. Is he in the disguise right now? Is he around? Are you trying to say yes? No, that's what I'm trying not to say. No comment. If Hemlock really is listening in, then I guess Smithers isn't about to blow his cover. I'll have to find that out for myself. Everyone might think Hemlock is evil for his actions, but I don't think he sees it that way. In his mind, he's just following his dreams. He's completely incapable of realizing when a line's been crossed. That level of ambition. Pretty terrifying. Do you know of his plans? What he set out to do from the beginning? There were two things Hemlock sought out to be the leader he is now. The first one was the workforce, the people he needed to aid him in global matters. And also if he just fancies a Moroccan tea straight from Morocco. I'm actually not joking. Basically, he just wanted slaves. Chief Foydar told me this earlier. Nice, you've dropped Foydar on this too. At least I won't be alone in getting my head whipped off. You were saying? That's what Oculus is, as I'm sure Foydar has told you as well. Yeah, they're basically the stragglers from the smuggling ring, now all under a new overlord. Then there's objective number 2, the money. Obviously, you need millions and millions to meet demands so outlandish. The Enigmium, which is valued at roughly a couple of $1 billion, maybe more. Uh-huh, and all thanks to 2 certain people he now has both. 2? Who exactly? I think I'll leave the man himself to tell you, if you ever find him. I've only just recently rejoined this police force, you know. I'm guessing you settled back here on Hemlock's orders? The only reason me and Foydar are here was to provide support for Hemlock's Enigmium theft. I was the appointed detective who was to make sure everything went to plan for him. You could say I was put on cover up some evidence and point the rest to Volpa duty. And Foydar was set up as chief of police to keep a lid on what was actually happening. He was an actual chief once, back when I was starting out in the field. Then he got replaced by someone who was very reminiscent of Foydar, actually. Then of course that guy stepped down and Hemlock had his puppet reinstated to oversee his plan. So I was right. Vulper wasn't guilty of Dox and Maplethorpe's murders. You were there to make sure all the fingers pointed to him instead of the real culprit. Hemlock killed them both, didn't he? My hands were tied, Phoenix. I had to help him. All these years I've been Hemlock's lapdog just to save Brisbane from being another one. And then the bastard, he tried to kill him anyway. Well, I can't exactly blame Detective Smith for being forced to play ball. This is a disaster for our case. There's no way I can say he's completely guilt-free. The game was rigged from the start, Phoenix. You can't win. This case's fate was already sealed. It was sealed as soon as VD8 happened. All he has to do now is let tomorrow's trial pass on by and he's out of here. He gets away scot-free with enough riches and manpower to do whatever he goddamn wants. He'll disappear, and very likely he won't ever be seen again. He'll be living among us in God knows what disguise next. He'll be unstoppable. Not if I have anything to say about it. He's not getting away with this, Runwick, I promise. Oh, and I suppose you know where to look for him? Damn it, Runwick, where is he? He's been closer than you think, and for longer than you think. No! Ugh. Stop. He has? But how? I'm sure your extremely empathetic self will understand why I can't tell you. As much as I'd love to, I do like my head where it is, thank you. Face it, Phoenix. Just throw in the towel and let the fat lady sing, 'cause we're doomed. Hemlock, where are you? I know you can hear me. Not much of a skeptic anymore, are you? He's gone inside your head now. Now you know how much he knows. Ah, geez, why am I getting so paranoid? He couldn't possibly... But I can feel it. A presence I can't grasp. I'll tell you this much then, you're on your own whatever you decide to do with it. What is it? That phone call Brisbane made for his own ambulance? That wasn't him. Oh, no. What? Brisbane was impersonated, but the recording was authentic. The voice was flawless. Hemlock must have attempted to kill Brisbane, then forged the 911 call while he was unconscious. But how does that knowledge help me in identifying Hemlock? No! No, I remember. Because Snow was able to perfectly impersonate Brisbane once. I remember this. I can't remember what episode it was, but it was in Case 3, I think. God damn it, Snow. Do I even know anyone with such talent for impersonations? Who could possibly have the same ability to impersonate Brisbane? No. Phoenix wrong! Yar! Brisbane! Actually, that was me. No. No, not him. Hi. Trust is perfect. I can't remember who said that. I don't know that, right? Wow, that was a pretty spot-on impression of me. No way. It can't be. Brisbane would be proud. Brisbane would be proud. What does he probably say? You better not let my killer get away, Phoenix wrong. I'm everywhere, buddy boy. Should I give him the snow voice? No. I'm everywhere, buddy boy. Or as Vulper so eloquently put it. How did he word again? Oh, yeah. He is everyone and no one. The wind, the floor, the sky, the curtains, the shoes. That's exactly what he said, and I mean exactly. That might as well have been a recording. You know. The penny's dropped, hasn't it? You've just realized how close he's been all along. No. There's no way. How have I been so blind? He's here. Well, isn't this ironic? You called us all paranoid. Vulpa, Foida, me. But now you've had your slice of humble pie. You know now how it feels to be us. How it feels knowing he's at your back every step of the way. I have to get out of here. Thank you, Renwick. I'll be going now. Psst, Phoenix, wait a minute. What's up? And why are you Shh! What are you... Interview room 2? Wasn't that where the murder of Perry Docks took place? What about... See you tomorrow, Phoenix. Why does he want me to check the interrogation room out again? We've come this far and made a real breakthrough together. I need to trust him on this. Okay, Renwick, see you tomorrow in court. I hope. You guys remember at the start of this series where I randomly thought for a second that Snow was the one who got struck with the knife by Vincenzo, the assassin? I thought that Snow was the assassin. Well, he's been an assassin of sorts. Hemlock, I know who you are, and I'm willing to bet something in this room will confirm it, whatever it is. I better find it and get out of here before he realizes where I am. All the evidence for the Docks murder case has been filed away and the table cleaned. It happened a week ago, after all. The room's empty. How could there possibly be anything of interest in here? Nope, nothing under the table or the chair. What about on the table? There might be some sort of clue there. There's a pretty large crack here in the table. It doesn't touch the corner cap, though. It seems to be behind it. I wonder. The corner cap is loose, and there's a small cavity in the edge of the table. Is there anything inside? Whoa, there's more than one thing in here. Let's have a look at what we got here. What the hell? This is more than just a wear and tear hole in the table. It's an entire treasure trove of what could be the evidence. But how did Renwick know this stuff was all here? This here's a tiny glass bottle. There's a small amount of dark powder at the bottom, but I can't make it out. I have no idea what this thing is supposed to be. A bomb. Looks to be some sort of electronic device used for something anyway. Looks pretty busted up. I doubt it'll work again. And now the most unnerving of the lot. A blood-stained plastic bag. The blood's all dark and dry. Clearly this was used a fair amount of time ago. And VD8 is written on the label at the top. Renwick, how did you know all this stuff was here? Are you trying to help me or hinder me with this evidence? All the same, I can't afford to just ignore this stuff. And I can't take this to the police. I better take them with me. Maybe I can figure them out in court tomorrow. Hemlock, I figured it all out. I know who you are, but I just can't believe it. Right, I need to get out of here before he catches on. I need to head back to the office and figure out what the hell I'm gonna do next. Shit. Detective Snow? Hey, mate. Fancy seeing you here in your own office. How did you get in here? Same way I always do. Same way Renwick got in last week. Last week? Pretty crappy view you've got here, mate. Can't enjoy my tea with a brick wall on my face. Maybe I should try Moroccan tea sometime. What do you think? You've seen the view from my office. Loads better than this rubbish, yeah? Sergeant Mayhew's old office, like I said. Shame about Sergeant Mayhew retiring like he did. But that view was to die for. It's like I keep saying, mate. When I put my mind to something, I get it. Yes, I imagine you could. Now, what are you doing in here, Detective Snow? Fancied a bit of chat with you, mate. Progress on the case. Tomorrow's battle plan. Hemlock. Thought we could discuss it together, you know? You know, Detective, I think the investigation has come on leaps and bounds today. That's so. You on Hemlock's trail, you think? You might say that. You sound kind of nervous, mate. Scared? Oh, don't be. It's not like he's able to call you with your phone turned off, is it? And how did you know my phone is off? What in the... Actually, you know what? Don't worry, mate. I'll save you the trouble. I mean, judging from your face, there must be like 5. You've done enough psyche locks and poking around for today. This one's on me, buddy. Then you admit it? Maybe I decide to admit it, Harry. This wasn't your call to make, otherwise I wouldn't even be here, mate. So you think you found Hemlock at last, huh? Did he ever tell you his #1 pet peeve? Because you do know you went and did it, right? You went and did the one thing to piss him off? Oh! You hung up on me, Nicky! That voice, it really is you. You're Hemlock. And the Oscar goes to... Lyle Hemlock at your service. Or to be all accurate, you're on my service. You know you're one of the lucky few to actually know who I am. Not something I'd entitle to just anyone. I prefer the anonymity. It keeps them in check, you see. If nobody knows where I am, then they'll believe that I really am everywhere. You're like the Joker, stop it. The faceless overlord's shtick's been working wonders, so why fix what ain't broken? Hemlock wasn't some far-off faceless observer, he was a direct meddler. And he was right here under our noses taking us all for fools. What have you done with the real Robert Snow? Whose identity did you steal so you can masquerade as a police officer? The real Robert Snow? What real Robert Snow, mate? I mean, you may have known me as a sarcastic but lovable, goofy, overall reliable character. But I'm just that, a character. Yeah, sorry if you were getting attached to old Robbie champ, but he ain't real. What do you mean by character? Kai, go sit over there and listen up like a good little lawyer. Got a story for you, buddy. I ain't kidding. Do it. Okay, I'm sitting. Life's a funny old thing, ain't it? Full of death, tragedy, anxiety, misery, despondency. You know why that is, Nicky. Well, there is no real answer, I mean. A lack of control. It's a world of chaos out there, buddy boy, and it brings about all this negativity with it. Churns it out like toxic sludge, gallon after gallon, day after day, strangling hopes and killing lives. I should know all about that. I watched it happen my whole life to everyone I ever knew. Misery was my default emotion. I couldn't even smile, not even a fake one. Didn't know how to. For the longest time, I thought maybe I was cursed. How else was life being so unfair to me? What did I ever do to deserve not one tiny taste of positivity? Why couldn't I be happy? 10-year-olds normally ask for one at that age, action figures, a pogo stick, I don't know. You know what a 10-year-old boy named Lyle was wishing for, huh? Want to make a guess? Control, perhaps? Funny guy, ain't you, Nicky? But no, my biggest wish was to be someone else. Anyone but me. Anyone but the cursed little boy who never knew what happiness was. A clean slate to start over. Start a life of positivity and ambition. And who could have a cleaner slate than someone I invented off the top of my head? Someone whose life I could control, whose slate I could make as clean as I wanted. If something went wrong, I could just factory reset and start over, and over, and over. It was the first time I felt anything positive in my life. So what did you do with your newfound happiness? Like Renwick told you, I was a bit of grifter back in the day. Making use of the characters I would invent, the characters I could escape into. Becoming other people was just like second nature. There have been times where even I almost fell for it myself. The physical disguises are still a work in progress, though. Come to think of it, those mask evolvers were pretty cool, huh? And all that time I thought it was Titus Crump himself. Maybe I'll visit him soon and pick up a few pointers, before it's too late. Why are you doing this? Going to all this trouble? Dreams ain't cheap, buddy. Grifting could only get me so far financially. That's when I went about expanding my horizons, my wallet. And you want the Enigmium to fund your so-called dreams? You want complete control over your life, is that it? It's the best feeling in the world, champ. Do what makes you happy, as the saying goes. Why wouldn't I do everything I can to be happy? Yeah, but not that literally. You ever wondered why I know all about that Magatama of yours? My Magatama? One of the most closely guarded secrets of crime, yet I know of its powers. Why? Knowledge is power, Nikki. And knowledge is nothing without the research to back it all up. And I suppose you do extensive research on other things besides spiritual artifacts? I'm always teaching myself new skills every day to meet my needs. I want to develop my own custom computer virus to shake up a government. I take up programming. I want to become multilingual. I taught myself 68 languages, 68 and count in mind. I want to avoid prison for murder. I look into a certain lawyer and his magic line detecting Joel. The Magatama, you ordered Detective Smith to swap it out for a fake. I trusted you. I defended you when you were up to murder. And you took away my most reliable way of detecting your lies. Genius, right? Couldn't have let you win without a chance to actually play the case, could I? Let it never be said that Lyle Hemlock doesn't just think about his own feelings. This guy is a bona fide nutcase. An ambitious nutcase, though, I'll give him that. Now, it's all well and good to do whatever it takes to improve your life. Thing is, though, no matter how much control you think you have, there's one more factor. What, the world itself, I suppose? Aha, now you're catching on. Having a life exactly the way you want ain't easy when the world has different plans for you. You can't behave this way, you can't do that thing, this is the way you must be. Go to work, feed the corporate machine, serve the system, only do what we say you can do. Pay your taxes, pay your bills, carry all these unnecessary burdens you don't want to need. Ah, all this negativity! Ahem. Well, I for one can't be doing with it, champ. Now, not how this guy wants to live his life. Work in the daily grind? Pfft, nah, not my style. It's called reality, Hemlock. That's what life is. Running away from negativity is never the answer, it just makes everything worse. You say that, but look at Aculus. Look at this empire I've built with nothing but ambition. Ambition and the unlimited freedom to be the person I want to be. The criminal underworld works wonders for getting you off the grid. In Aculus, its vines are still reaching out across the globe, growing and growing. I've tricked Big Brother itself. Soon I'll be the one watching them. You're trying to alter everything around you to fit in with your positive lifestyle? That's what this whole thing has been about? Your blind selfishness? You're actually trying to control the world itself? I'm following my dreams, for your information. Ain't that what we're all encouraged to do? Ain't that what the parents say? You're special. You can do anything you set your mind to. I don't agree with the rules. The rules that are put there to suppress potential. The world's scared of it, see? Potential in the right hands can be a thing to behold. Who could be a better poster boy for positivity than this guy? You've committed murder, forgery, impersonation, coercion, and more just to be happy? You think that makes you a pioneer for positivity? See, people like you are part of the problem, Nikki. You're just another naysayer trying to stop dreamers like me from the happiness I deserve. Another stuffed shirt trying to drag me back into that miserable life I put behind me. Exactly the kind of people this world could do without. Everything you've done to preserve your happiness has been at everyone else's misery. You've killed people, Hemlock. You can't justify that. You think I wanted to? You think I enjoy this? I never wanted to kill anyone, but you people just have to make things so damn hard for me. So whenever you had no choice, murder was your only option? Happiness is worth having, even if you want to leave your mortality at the door. The end justifies the No. God damn it, no. The end justifies the means when it comes to being your own person. Making my actions for the better. You know what I think, Hemlock? I think you're scared. You're scared of negativity. You're scared of losing the positivity you finally found. And you're trying to control everything around you to protect the bubble you live in. You're committing all these murders, coercions, and threats for what you think is a good cause. But no, you've done bad things, Hemlock, no matter how justified you believe they are. No matter how positive you perceive them to be. In my book, that makes you a full-blown sociopath. Don't smile at me like that. What? What are you smiling about? Nothing. It's just a comedy movie from last night I was thinking of. So it's come down to this. Plan U. Plan U? My backup plan. Plan A, which should have been straightforward, was to have the Enigmium 5 years ago. It should have been assigned to me, not Crane and Vulper. If that shriveled old stump didn't change his mind at the last damn minute. But no worries. 19 more plans later and the Enigmium is back with me at last. I was lost on its locations for years until Grossberg's murder happened. Once I got wind that Vincenzo Cicatrice was involved, it was Robert Snow's time to shine. You thought VD8 would give you a clue to the Enigmium's whereabouts? Vinny's involvement was enough to get on Freud's back about assigning me to the investigations. But man, was I in for a treat. That case turned into a DT2 reunion party. Brisbane, Vulper, fake Crump, and then at long last, the reveal of the Enigmium. Out of the kindness of his heart, Foydar let me team up with Brisbane as his investigation partner. You know, special permission and all that. This whole thing was way more complicated than it needed to be. But everything always works out in the end, don't it, Nicky? Now Plan U is almost complete and the world's starting to make sense again. You're insane. You want to know who's the insane one here? This walking bad pun. I tell him to do his job, no questions asked, and what does he go and do? Apart from being at your beck and call when you need some covering up done? Don't play stupid, Nicky. He blabbed about me in Aculus, didn't he? I can't physically be in two places at once, believe me, I've tried. But I heard you two gossipy fishwives in his office. He was this close to a full-blown confession after you left, you know. He's already begun the proceedings to step down as chief. So I guess that means you've left your top set level support? I think you might be right. How in the hell is he not burning his finger? He strayed from his directive, flew too close to the sun and went down in flames. He's useless to me now. Ouch. Because of you. The role I assigned you was to make sure Smithy's path to prison was clear, and that's it. You weren't supposed to go poking a big phoenix beak into VD8. Now, normally, those who directly stand in my way get a nice new white wow necklace for Christmas. As in, before Christmas, from an Aculus hitman. Or from me if you play your cards wrong. But it's not your turn yet, Nicky. We've still got some work to do. What work? With Plan U, of course. Now listen, this is what's going to happen. I'm appearing in court tomorrow to testify against Smithy. You're gonna play along. Play along? Smithy's been a hoot to work with. He doesn't always show it, the Joker, but he agrees. Me and him are solid. He's pretty much like the brother I never had. But now the Enigmium's mine and everyone's across me got what was coming to him. Seeing as how his sin is the only way out of this for me. Man, I don't need him no more. So let's break it down. Smithy gets a guilty verdict. Vulper stays on cue for his execution, and we part ways. Make sure everything goes to plan tomorrow, and I'm out of your hair forever. That's right, you get to live Smithy's life in exchange for yours, that everyone's a winner. You're gonna speak when spoken to. You won't even cough without my approval. You're not gonna breathe a word about what really happened to my identity. As far as everyone knows, Hemlock is still missing. Capiche? What are you gonna do if I say no? What are you gonna do? Hark at this one here. What are you gonna do, he says. Nicky, I'll tell you now. I'm this close to succeeding in getting out of here. So if you even dare try and screw me over now, let's just say I know everything about you and leave it at that, yeah. Your office, your home address, your friends, relatives. Call it the location of Crime Village. Crime Village? Actually, no, wait. Hazakura's the place she's at now, ain't it? Poor Maya's going through a tough time right now with her master initiation trials. What do you say to you and me? Burning it all down. And right when they replaced the knackered old bridge, too. No, you wouldn't. I can see the headlines now. Phoenix Wright, ex-ace attorney, now ace arsonist, end quote. And you'd get away with it too. We'll cover your tracks together and move on down to the to-do list. Think Smithy out of bad? Just wait till you fill his shoes as my new right-hand man. Maybe then you'll learn a lesson about getting between a guy and his dreams. Okay, stop. Fine. I'll I'll do what you want. Just please don't hurt Maya. Attaboy, Tiger. I knew I'd get you around my side. When I put my mind to something, I will make it happen. Yes, I can see that now. Believe me now, champ? Yeah, I believe you. Huh? Can't hear you, Nicky. Come on, say it again. Who's the man? Okay, you listen to me. You scummy little rat! When I tell you to say something, I don't care if your voice box is dangling out of your throat. It will happen because I want it to happen. Who's the man? Phoenix? Hemlock is the man. Haha, damn right he is. Well, it's about time I left you alone to prep for the big day ahead of us tomorrow. I'll hook you up with the plan of action later tonight. Don't worry, I'll call you. I'll let myself out. I'll let myself in, so it's only fair. Ha! Little joke. What in the hell was... Oh yeah, nearly forgot. Yeah. What do you want now? My mug, thank you very much. That you made me break. It was Snow's favorite mug and everything. Laters. Oh. No. God damn it, Snow. I don't even know what to think right now. I can't even think straight. He screwed with my head so badly. He really is everywhere. I don't know how he's doing it, but damn it, he knows everything. And there I was calling Vuler and Detective Smith crazy. What the hell have I gotten myself into? What am I going to do? I just stepped on something. Looks like he missed a piece. What's this dark blue stain on the inside? What the hell has he been drinking? Should I hold on to this? What if it was some form of evidence? I'll take it. Maybe I can figure something out in time. What the? My phone? But it's been turned off all day. Look, just leave me alone, please. Right? What's the matter? Edgeworth. Boy, am I glad... No, it's not him. It's not him. Yes, I too am glad to hear your voice, I suppose. Edgeworth. This case, it's seriously messed up. We've stumbled into something we shouldn't have, and now... I don't know what to do. I agree. Things have taken a dark twist on my end of the investigation, too. Your client, Detective Smith. I'm inclined to believe he's not exactly innocent. Not strictly speaking, no. But Are you alright? You sound as though you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. You could say that. Right. We may be opposites in the courtroom, but know that I am your friend. Is there anything you wish to tell me? You know you can always count on me. I can't say a thing. What if Hemlock's listening? I understand, but I can't tell you. Edgeworth, I'm sorry. I'll see you in court tomorrow. I see. Well, I thank you for not telling me everything, right? Because we'd have a problem otherwise. We'd have a problem otherwise, sorry. You? Congratulations, champ, you passed the test. Oh shit, I already forgot the Australian accent. Just checking that you wouldn't go yakking once I left. In which case, I never leave. I'm everywhere, aren't I? Aren't I? Yes, you're everywhere. Something I'm genuinely starting to believe myself. And don't bother trying to call your friends. All your calls now redirect to me. I'm the only friend you've got in the world now, slugger. So who do you want to turn to in your hour of need, huh? Me, Sheldon Whitehall, the corrupt chief of police whose downfall you played a part in? Well, maybe me, your own client, though I doubt I'll be happy to speak to you again. What about me, Earl Brisbane, whose very life hangs in the balance here? If it's gonna be saved, it just had to be saved by you, Mr. Wrong of all people. Or how about me, Nick? Will you be more inclined to talk to your best friend? It's been ages since you called. I've been worrying about you. Maya. No. Or should that be you worrying about me if you want to keep Hemlock sweet? I mean, he's right, Nick. Hazakura could do with a big roaring fire to keep us warm. You dare threaten Maya. You dare to even mimic her. I'll get you for this, you freak. Cheerio, Nick. I'll call again in half an hour. Then half an hour later. Heck, maybe all night long. It's been so long. We have lots of catching up to do. Oh. Wait, what? I'm playing as Miles. I holy shit. I'll see you guys next time.